Hey everybody, welcome back to Havoc Maker Studio and FMP Wargamers. This is John, your host, if you haven't already known that. You probably have since you're here. But if you're new to the channel, welcome, and before you leave, while I'm rambling away, jump down below. If you see that red subscribe button, red, go ahead and click on it so it's not red anymore. That saves a digital tree and keeps the universe safe, and it also helps me out with subscriptions. So, quick kind of update or re-update, maybe, I'm not sure what you want to call it. I said that if you guys reach out to me and tell me who this gentleman was from my previous video, make sure you take a look at that on the upcoming Marvel Crisis Protocol new Ultimate Encounter for the Unstoppable uh, avatar of Aciderix or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't remember the name of it is right now. Um, Somebody had sent me, my friend Mark had sent me some still images or screenshots of another YouTuber, and I wanted to know who he was. I've seen him before, and I just had not hit subscribed, I guess. So I asked you guys to reach out. If you know who he is, let me know. And I ended up stumbling across him Saturday. I think it was Saturday when I was looking for some videos or watching some of my favorite content creators. I'm not going to mention because I know some of them are a little divisive, but then I was like, oh my god, there he is! I found him! Yay! So, and then a couple subscribers had put it in the comments or had emailed me, hey, that's Wargaming Luke. And I was like, oh, thank God. But, anyways, I had already reached out to him and watched one of his videos again and commented. So, what does this have to do with anything? I just want to make sure I give credit to Wargaming Luke because the screenshots that were given to me, which the gentleman that had sent them to me had already acknowledged that it wasn't his content, so it wasn't like anybody was stealing anything. But I want to make sure that Wargaming Luke got the credit and at least a subscription from me, and hopefully from a bunch of you. So if you like Marvel Crisis, if you like Marvel Crisis Protocol, uh, head on over to Wargaming Luke. I'll have that link in the description down below, or you could just type it in after you're done watching this video up above. So what are we going to be looking at today besides Wargaming Luke and his, I gotta say, I like his content, um, but I've got two issues. A, he's got more subscribers than me, which that happens. I get that. And B, that our content overlaps. Which is totally not his fault. I mean, in this day and age, there's so many content creators out there for pretty much just about any subject, and um, we are going to overlap, and it's just going to come down to presentation and who you like, who you don't like, who looks better, who's more photogenic, who's got a sweet accent that the everybody in the U.S. just kind of drops their panties for, that sort of thing, or just extremely knowledgeable about the content or all of it. So there might be a bit of jealousy towards Wargaming Luke, but you know what? Kudos to him for um, coming up on 6,000 subscribers plus. He gets some amazing views, all because of the quality of his content. So kudos, and once again, make sure you give him a subscribe. And Luke, thank you so much for doing a great service for the community. I really do appreciate it. I know we all do. So let's get into the rest of this video. A lot has happened over the weekend. If you're not aware, the Las Vegas Open in for 2022, well, actually, it's for the 2021 season. That's the end of the season, mainly for Warhammer 40,000 and Age of Sigmar, and the LVO, or not LVO, but the Frontline Gaming for the tournament circuit. And now it also includes tons of other games. I mean, it's basically a big convention. If you've not been to the Las Vegas Open before, I highly recommend going once. Now, there's some Other events that might be that should probably actually be on your bucket list first, like Adepticon is bigger and better from what I understand. I've yet to go. Um, you role players out there, Gen Con, of course, or Dragon Con. You war gamers, well, mainly if you're like Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar stuff, you're going to be looking at the Nova Open, but it's a very tight um, window to get tickets and very limited amount. LVO is really the biggest and best for a lot of tabletop wargaming. They throw in some other things like some panels, seminars and such, but not to the extent, say, you can get at Adepticon. But they're there. And then of course they got vendors, and it's not just Games Workshop games. Those take the biggest chunk of space, mind you, but other games are played there. Malifaux, for example, my good friend Doug that lives here in Houston runs events there. Of course, they had Marvel Crisis Protocol, which we're going to show off too. Flames of War, Infinity, Blood Bowl, Monster Apocalypse. You know what? The big monster game from Privateer Press, like the only thing that's keeping Privateer's Press's head above water. And Bolt Action, I think, is also play. I think that was listed. I mean, all sorts of tabletop games that you can think of. I think Parabellum's Conquest was there. They were really showing that off this year. So there's a lot going on there, not just Warhammer. And it's not just necessarily tournaments that are going on there. They have they have friendly tournaments, but they also just have come and play events. I mean, of course, you got to buy a ticket, but they have play events. I mean, the big point is to go there and compete against other players, obviously, but you're not as opposed to say some particular other games that I'm not going to mention that has like 700-800 players attending in the big hall that you don't have to deal with a lot of overly competitive players, which is not necessarily a bad thing. 'Cause when you're going to the biggest tournament event of the year, you're going to compete. So you want to bring your A game. So I'm not gonna put a downer on that. We're not gonna talk bad about it because it is an amazing event. My next event won't be 2022 Adepticon, but I'm aiming for 2023, unless all of a sudden a wealth or a pot of gold or something drops into my lap. I'm not going to be going next year though, because I want to get that off my bucket list. All right, so I'm going to move on because I'm kind of rambling. So let's first show off a couple pictures. Now these pictures are going to be courtesy of Spiky Bits. They're the best quality pictures. I've reached out to a number of people, and these are ended up being kind of like the best quality photos. So we're just going to run with these. So like I said, full props to Spiky Bits for these. So they're at a new hotel this year. I think it's the Rio Grande or something like that. Instead of Bali's. I'm trying to think of the name. I think it's instead of Bali's. So I'm not sure about the size, but from what I understand, they've increased the size overall. And it looks like this is the main hall for Warhammer 40,000. I'm not sure what day this is. It might be the first day or it might be the last day as the game kind of winds down. I think that was the first day. But as you can see, it gets very crowded. People are paying attention to their mask rules, except for this one guy over here. For some reason, I'm not going to put him on blast. But, masks. I think they had a mask mandate. But it's not as bad as some people think. Age of Sigmar, and there we go, some Infinity, if you guys are Infinity play. I just want to make sure you guys see that there's other games besides the Warhammer games. I'm thinking this is Bolt Action. It might be Flames of War, but I think it could also be Bolt Action. Definitely some Blood Bowl action going on. Lord of the Rings. And there we go, some Marvel Crisis Protocol. So we got some amazing tables from Marvel Crisis Protocol going on there. With the exception of actually none of that terrain. The only thing that's Marvel Crisis Protocol are those miniatures. Officially. Oh, there's a couple lampposts there. And that might be one of their official mats. But all the rest of that, it looks like some buildings from TT Combat, Warsenal, that usually handles a lot of Infinity style terrain, like the laser cut MDF boards. I don't know where those pieces come from for the Sentinel. Those might have just been from a plastic toy that they just recast, and it came out looking pretty gosh darn amazing. I'm not gonna lie. We got some more pieces. There's the torso. So I really do think this might have been an action figure that they took apart and cut up, and then just simply recast it, depending on if there's more of them out there, or this is just it, and recast it, and then painted it. So I mean, it looks good to me, and I mean, all that terrain looks pretty good. Even those cars, I've seen those cars at like Board and Brew. They've got a ton of them. So if you're wanting to do a modern day game, they've got those cars. They're about the same size as the cars that come in the for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I do wish that people would just repaint them, because you got that die-cast metal car type thing, and also, excuse me, go ahead and just glue the tires so it's not driving all over the place, or glue, yeah, you know what I mean. But at least repaint them. I understand for, maybe purposes you just don't want to paint it because it's a really cool paint job, and they might be your kid's car that you're borrowing for the event. You just don't want to do it, but I really think some effort should be put into just repainting it. Go ahead and let it match the rest of the table. Personal opinion, not even really a gripe, just personal opinion. And then here's somebody's great display. I'm gonna let you guys take a look at it. It's got the Sinister Six, well, more than Sinister Six here. As you can see, it looks like we've got Spider-Man, Ghost Spider, boy, see Venom, the new Doc Ock, Carnage, not Kate, Kazar, Craven, Mysterio, I think I already said Venom, the Lizard, and Green Goblin. I'm just going to try to get some good views here. This looks, it's basically taken two of those new rival packs and taking the terrain and put it together to create kind of a display board, which actually they did quite a good job. I'm guessing that they might have magnetized the characters so they can put them on there for display purposes, which now I've got a great idea for some future projects. I'm gonna have to buy some more models, but I mean, a really good idea if that is supposed to be a display board of their force. I mean, that's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. They should be a 10 in there. So anyways, I just wanted to show that off. If you're not familiar, like once again, LVO is the big gaming tournament or meta or competitive event of the year now. They're usually around 2,000 some odd people, which is, mind you, it's not the same amount that you get at Adepticon, but it's still up there in the number of events. So congratulations for Richard Siegler for winning the 2021 season, even though it's 2022. That's, like I said before, it's the previous year's end of season for ITC. Congratulations on his win. Greiger, I'm not sure who he is, but he is the AOS champion. Let's see if we can find him. Oh my God, Gavin. I know Gavin. Gavin's from here. Well, congratulations, Gavin. Dude. Congrats. Congrats to everybody, though. Regardless of what game you played, regardless of your standings, the fact that you went to Las Vegas Open, congratulations for going and competing against one of the toughest gaming events of the year, with the top competitors that are out there for all those type of games. So kudos to everybody. Gavin and Richard, good job, both of you. So what about the Marvel Crisis Protocol? I'm digging for that. I'm going to try, hopefully get that information later on today. We can do a follow-up video. So this page right now, I just want to point out, is Goonhammer, and they have some great material out there for all sorts of games, even a little bit of Marvel Crisis Protocol. So just something that I would like you guys to go over there, just give them a heads up, give them a good look over, because you might find something there. They got stuff for games, hobbying, tactics, everything that you could possibly think of. And I just want, like I said, I want to give them a shout out. Now, one more shout out so I can wrap this video up, because this is just kind of a weekend review video. Here locally, a friend, ooh, I don't know if I should say friend, not an enemy, a friend, I think, somebody I know, because it's not like we like hang out at barbecues or take showers together. You guys do that, right? With your friends, you guys take showers together. Um, yeah, you know what? I'll say he's a friend because he's not an enemy. So if you're not an enemy, you're a friend. Let's just go with that. Anyways, a gentleman named Kyle has been writing these articles for called the or under the banner of the Mutant Agenda, and so far he's been doing everything revolving around the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants or the Brotherhood of Mutants and Magneto and such, and a good breakdown for running these lists of different tactics, some suggested team tactic cards, crisis cards, and which characters to run, which ones benefit the most in a lineup. So head over. I'll make sure that his blog spot is down below in the description. Make sure you head over there, give it a good read. Even if you don't play Brotherhood of Mutants or any of these characters, maybe you got your own combination that you like to run, you can at least head over there, read it, and get a good idea of what's going on, because you might not find a tactic. This might not be what you want to run, but it might provide you a window into some other tactics you can use while playing Marvel Crisis Protocol. It might, oh, I could bring this over to my defenders. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be the case, but something is going to provide you, basically give you an epiphany, and you're going to be able to maybe port, maybe even just a basic framework of what was provided on the Mutant Agenda, and apply it to your favorite Marvel Crisis Protocol team. It's possible. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying it's a possibility, and with it being possible, it means it's probable. Now, the level of probability is going to vary, but it's an opportunity for you, or at the very least, if you go up against Brotherhood of Mutants or these combinations, you'll have a good idea how to counter attack this setup. Either way, it's a very good idea to read into other teams. We get so focused on, oh, I only like to play the Defenders, I only like to play the Avengers or the Cabal or whatnot, and we forget about what these other teams are capable of. Well, if we take the time to read up on those other teams, we provide ourselves with a great opportunity to understand their mechanics and how to counter them. So make sure you give it a good look. Make sure that description, man, my links below are getting pretty full. I might have to cut some links out today from my own personal links to get these in there. But make sure you give the Mutant Agenda a good look over, quality stuff, and make sure you hit up Wargaming Luke. Please hit up a subscribe and jump on one of the videos. If you could do me a big favor, because comments count. So after you're done hitting subscribe here and you leave a comment, head over to Wargaming Luke, hit subscribe, and his most recent video, which I think, let's take a look at his most recent video. Multi-affiliation master vlog 1. So give that video a look over. Leave a comment, because we love comments. Comments show interaction and it helps with the analytics. So give him a comment, give him a subscribe, give it a like or a dislike. It happens. But when you leave that comment, let him know that I sent you over, and give his stuff a good look over, man. I think between him and I, we're getting some very good coverage. And who knows, maybe him and I'll have some collabs in the future. Wink, wink. Anyways, you guys have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I'm hoping to have another video up later on today, reviewing a couple other things that went on at Las Vegas Open, some controversial stuff, and some more gaming related, a little bit more in-depth, especially in regards to Marvel Crisis Protocol event. See you guys later.